Welcome back to our tech podcast, where we dive into the fascinating world of tech innovations and developments. Today, we're tackling an exciting topic that combines two realms of technology: running Windows inside a Docker container. It's an intriguing concept that has a lot of implications for developers, sysadmins, and tech enthusiasts alike. Now, you might be wondering why you'd want to run a full-fledged Windows instance inside a Docker container. For one, it offers flexibility and the ability to quickly spin up a Windows environment without the overhead of a traditional virtual machine. Imagine needing to test an application that only runs on Windows. Docker helps you do that efficiently. So let's get into it. Picture this. You start by downloading an image known as dockur r/windows, and all you've got to do is configure a few environment variables. It's like ordering your favorite takeaway. You make your selection, and then you just sit back and watch the magic unfold. You initiate the installation by connecting to your web browser on port 8006, and before you know it, your Windows installation is ready to go. How cool is that? But wait, this isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. You can choose different Windows versions, ranging from Windows 11 to as far back as Windows XP. Each version comes with its own size, so if you're crunched for space on your system, you might opt for a leaner version. It's kind of like picking between a full-course meal or a light snack, right? Now maybe you're thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I get my files in and out of this container? Well, fret not. Docker makes it simple. You can set up a shared folder through your Docker Compose file, and your Windows instance can access your host's files just like it's part of the same network. Just open File Explorer and voila, you see your shared data. Let's also consider some practicalities like performance. Docker allows you to adjust CPU and RAM settings. If you're looking to run intensive applications, you can allocate more resources to your Windows container. It's like tuning a high-performance car. A little tweaking can make a world of difference. And for those of you who love to customize your installations, it gets even better. You can run your own scripts after the installation to install specific software or make other changes. Just think of it as adding your favorite seasoning to a dish. Now, while we're on the topic of networking, let's touch on Mac VLAN networking for those who want their Windows container to play nicely on their home network. This allows the Windows instance to behave like a standalone machine. You can even set it up to obtain an IP address directly from your router. Imagine your Windows environment seamlessly working within your regular network. No extra hurdles, no headaches. But here's a thought. Is it ethical to run Windows inside Docker? Well, the project is built on open source code and, according to the developers, is legal as it doesn't involve distributing copyrighted materials. They stress that any product keys you might find in the code are just placeholders. Still, it's worth keeping an eye on those licensing agreements. Before we wrap up, let's just consider some final thoughts. What's the takeaway? This project is all about flexibility, efficiency, and power at your fingertips. It opens up new possibilities for developers and anyone who needs to run Windows without being bogged down by traditional setups. As you consider exploring this avenue, you might want to think about how you could leverage such a setup in your own projects or testing environments. Thanks for joining me today, and if you're curious to dive deeper, why not check out the resources we've mentioned? Until next time, keep experimenting and pushing the boundaries of tech.